So in today's video, we're actually all over the place. We're gonna wash the bike, paint some parts, paint the frame, get the gas tank ready for paint, which is applying Bondo and sanding it down. I'm also gonna teach you guys how to restore faded black parts on the motorcycle with some clear. So let's get started. The plan for today is to wash the bike, take off the gas tank, wash underneath there, clean it up, get these welds painted. Also paint a couple other things like brake reservoir, the clamp here, this bracket that I made for the speedometer, and the brake calipers too. I'm gonna paint those. Oh, and I also might paint this down here, maybe the radiator cap too, just to clean it up, make the bike look nice. I'm gonna sand down around the welds. I'm gonna put some Bondo on it just so it gets rid of some of the ugly welds that I did, and sand it down and get it ready to paint. So now that we got Bondo on the welds, because I'm not good at welding, we're gonna move on to painting the part. I'm just using a spray can of black gloss paint. You'll see in the results that it came out really good. First, I'm gonna start off with the piece that I made that holds the speedometer, and also this radiator cover. The paint that I'm using is this VHT high temp roll bar and chassis paint. So all the welds and like holes where I shaved old welds off, I put Bondo on it just to smooth it out, just to make it even. I'm not a great welder, so this will help out, make it look good. Just make sure to cover everything up that you don't want paint on. So I'm using the Rust-Oleum primer. I just sprayed it on. I'm gonna wait for it to dry, and then I'll sand it down and get it ready for the paint. Meanwhile though, I am going to paint this piece up here with Rust-Oleum semi-gloss. So that's gonna lose a little bit of shine. Since it's semi-gloss, it's gonna look like new. Next, we're gonna sand it down, clean it up, and then spray paint it. Okay, so that was the first coat. It went on pretty smooth. There it is. Okay, so I just did the last coat. This one I did really thick, really wet. That way I can get that shine. That way it doesn't look like spray paint. And as you can see, it looks really good. Right here's the frame. Not bad. Alright, so this is the next day. I actually got the frame painted. It looks great. Better than what I would expect for spray paint. Look at that. Oh man. I did not expect spray paint to come out this good. Let me show you some close-ups. Might need to be straightened out a little bit, but there it is. See, the horn is underneath there. There's a headlight, the speedo. So now we're gonna move on to restoring the faded black pieces. All you need is a can of clear coat, and it could be glossy or semi-gloss, whatever you want the finish to be. I'm gonna teach you guys a little trick on how to restore faded black items on your motorcycle, like the lever. You don't need much. All you need is a can of clear coat, and I'm using actually satin clear coat because I don't want it to be shiny. I just want it to look black again. So you're gonna clean that up. Take your clear coat, and usually with one coat you're good. That's more than enough. Now look at how clean that looks. It does have scratches, but I'm okay with that. It's not a big deal for me. I got a brake lever, brand new. Here we go. Had to replace this one right here. It's time to apply the Bondo on the gas tank. This gas tank had a bunch of dents from the previous owner that tried to make like an area for your knee, but it was just a bunch of bumps in that area. So I had to fill that up with Bondo, and then it also had a dent in the gas tank that I didn't know about because it had Bondo already in there. So I tried to take off as much Bondo as I could so I could put new Bondo on there. Fill in this massive hole that it had already that I didn't know about. So we're gonna Bondo that. We're gonna Bondo this where the badging goes. That way it's all flush. We're probably gonna put a layer of Bondo here just to even out all the dents and whatever that the person that bought it off of made with the hammer. So it's been about a week since I was working on the bike. I got busy with work and I couldn't come in. So today we're actually gonna do the sanding of the gas tank and prepping it for paint. Okay, now that we got the Bondo on there, we gotta sand it down with some 80 grit sandpaper and then probably apply more in this area because there's where it had that damage, it's pretty deep, so we probably have to add a second layer there. Now the gas tank was painted while I was at work, so I was not able to get any shots of the gas tank getting painted, but the paint came out really good. I used the paint from Toyota Tacoma, which is like a dark charcoal gray. My dad, he paints cars, he paints bumpers and all that, so that was some leftover paint that he had, so I decided to use that. And the color is interesting because at night it does look black. It needs to be in direct sunlight for you to see the gray. So the next step for the gas tank to make it how I want is I want to add a black stripe and like a neon fluorescent yellow stripe above the black line, and then also add a Kawasaki badge on the side, and maybe even some of those rubber knee pads to fill in that hole because it's pretty uncomfortable. It digs into your legs, so I want to kind of fill that in. But that'll be for the next episode. I'm also gonna include maybe making the custom seat on the next episode. Alright, see you then.